Okay, I'm sorry the sun's coming right at it. But how many of us, probably many, have had a time in our life when we were supposed to be seen and not heard? And that doesn't necessarily have to be just childhood or at all childhood, but a lot of us, it was childhood. You know, it was a theme, really, I guess. Children should be seen and not heard for a lot of us. Okay. But like I said, it wasn't, let's say it's not just childhood. You go on as you get older, maybe some of that sticks with you. Nobody ever but you know that, no, you didn't need to be silent. It became a part of you. Maybe, when you were a child, you just didn't realize it. You just didn't think. And then as you got older, you just weren't very outspoken about your opinions on things. That could be the case, and it could not. I mean, it could be different, that maybe when you got older, you had one terrible, tyrant of a boss or somebody at work, and, your opinions, you were just supposed to be little worker bees, and not have an opinion. I have seen too many of those. Oh, yeah. How many of us have, Seriously. The bosses where you were just supposed to sit there quietly. Yeah, I think the last one that I saw like that, was like that. That you were basically just supposed to do your work and not talk, you couldn't stand up and say something to the next person over and all this kind of stuff. Well, eventually I reported this guy. I was there for 14 months, and I reported them for sex discrimination. I certainly did. I certainly did. And it was. Women had one set of rules and men had other set of rules. And that was in 2010. Okay? Yeah, and no, that wasn't going to happen on my watch. Seriously. That was disgusting. The separate rules for women and men. Oh my goodness, really? Seriously. But also the owner of the company, it was a billing company for medical billing. The owner, he was so sexist. Seriously, he like if a woman's shoes made a noise, which a lot of our shoes do make noises, when she walked, she could get fired. Anyway, I reported him for sex discrimination, that company for sex discrimination. I wasn't the only one, okay? But, I mean, I was at that point. I was at that point. There was another woman who was going to, I don't remember what she did. It might have been sex discrimination, but she was older. She was probably my age at the time. Maybe a little older. But yeah, because they were bad toward women. And you know what they did after I reported them? And I'd already quit by this. I hadn't quit at first, but I decided to quit. And they fired all the women after me, and they got away with it. They did, because it was good old boys. Okay, but really, what it was that where I'm going with this is that the people who need to be able to speak out and be heard don't, because they were basically taught it doesn't, you can't fight City Hall kind of thing. Your voice isn't going to be heard in the first place. And then there's all kinds of things that come up with and say. But yeah, the women there, they were standing up. I think I don't know if I was the first or not. But you could see the other ones cowering. They were so afraid of losing their job, which was not paying that much. Seriously, it was pathetic what they were paying. And they actually proudly presented us what is it called? A manual, they had made in 2002, and that was 2000. I think when I started was 2009 or 2008. I don't remember, but they proudly showed it to us, and they were paying more. It even said in that little booklet they were paying more. Plus, they were giving commission. We weren't making as much. We were making earning the same hourly with no commission. And it was like, this is a place of torture. It It's one I've mentioned before where women, and there was one woman, she kept banging her head on the table because it was just so maddening to her, and she was crying a lot, and a guy there was banging his fist on the wall every once in a while. He just punched the wall because it was just so frustrating. It was unbelievable. But we were supposed to be silent. You do your job and then you go home. That kind of attitude. Seriously, don't you talk to anybody. Don't you stand up. The boss, the owner, one time got me saying, "Why are you standing up?" I said, "I was going to the restroom." "Well, you don't need to be standing up." And so, yeah, not too long after that is when I got him for, reported him for sex discrimination, and it wasn't because of just that. But yeah, you know, people need to use their voices, you know. Okay, but I've thought about this for years about, you know, the people who are what they call these days, you hear called empath. You know, they have empathy for others. They think about others. They don't just think about the top 1% of the wealthy there. No, they don't think like that. They think about the people, you know? Other people, not just themselves. These are the people who were silenced. You know, and I thought about this for years, you know, the empaths. I thought about it for many years. I didn't know they were called empaths. People called them empaths. Or highly sensitive people, I guess. But, yeah, you know, our voices have always been the ones that people silence. You know, for whatever reason, it could be that we're around bullies, like that kind of boss, you know. You know, you're just a little worker bee. You know, that's such a disgusting thing. It really is. I'm saying this. I just did another video, and I'm saying disgusting a lot. Things are disgusting lately. So yeah. Okay, but I really am seeing that it's come a time when our voices need to be heard more. Okay, those of us, and regardless whatever, you know, we can't put ourselves in danger. Of course, we don't want to put ourselves in danger. We don't want to lose our job. Oh, I don't work, but hey, if you don't want to lose a job, okay, you know, but still, outside of it, is there anywhere you can give your opinion? Anywhere you can voice your opinion, have it heard online, you know? But our opinions, you know, need to be heard, like I said, because these other ones, these narcissistic, these bullies, these whatever you want to call them, dysfunctional people, these toxic people, you know, their voices, they are the ones who you can hear them the loudest. You know, I think more of us who are empaths are starting to speak out, like me making these videos. You know, but let's empower one another, not these narcissistic people who their voices are so heard. Oh my God, you know, my goodness, it's just so loud, and they've always been that way. You know, they're the type who, you know, we've met plenty of them that talk over you. And that's the way we put it, talk over you. So yeah. Anyway, what do you think? I mean, do you feel yourself? Have you felt that you were at some point told you can't speak out? You're not allowed to speak out. You know, but then it becomes kind of, you know, people call it, you know, subconscious action. It was it was suppressed. Really. You're speaking out. You're having a voice. You're having a voice that you want to be heard. And it might be even actually awkward. It is still for me, you know, awkward. I taught at college and university. I taught sociology, okay? So it's still a little difficult for me to have my voice heard. Not really too much. So, but you know what I mean? Yeah, because it's awkward because we didn't have that since we were children. You know, some of us, we were told you should be seen and not heard. You know, so it wasn't a skill that was developed that much for some. And one size doesn't fit all, and this is just my opinion. I could be wrong, you know, all that. Anyway, that's enough for this video for now. If you want to subscribe to this channel, click the star. If you want to watch another video on this channel, click one of the rectangles. Like, subscribe, comment, share, and click that thumbs up button. I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.